Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We bring you stories of faith, love, and devotion. Yeah, just kidding, please help us grow by hitting that like button. Now on to the story. I didn't even cry after it all ended. Post-separation we got along so well. She confessed her love to me. I thought, this is it. This is the one. Even though we met at a bar, we did all kinds of stuff together. We cooked together. We played shows together. Saw shows together. Walked together. Jogged together. Traveled together. Played cards. Held hands. Had great/regular sex. Talked non-stop. Then fall came. Drank more. Cocaine. She started to get angry when she drank. Everything would be fine, then she would have a meltdown and hurt herself in a drunken rage. She started taking these meds that she shouldn't have been drinking on, and it just got worse. As her boyfriend, and in my nature, I wanted to help her, but she didn't want to change her habits. I too was realizing how unhappy I was and kept drinking. We weren't growing with each other anymore, but because you love someone, and they tell you they love you back, makes it hard to let go. My body hurt. My mind wasn't healthy. I wasn't eating. I was depressed. I told her that we both should stop drinking and doing coke. It's only making the depression worse. She said she didn't see that as a problem for her. I should have abandoned ship right then and there. How dismissive of her to say that to her partner who is in pain. That's not even a friend at that point. I still told her I loved her. She kept up with all the partying as I was trying to save money and keep working. I would worry about her constantly and would stay out with her to make sure she was safe. Then she met another guy one night as her and her friend were scoring some coke. We drank more and became more distant. We weren't talking anymore. She'd just be on her phone texting this douchebag the whole time. I knew this was ending but didn't want to admit it. I still told her I loved her. She didn't come to bed one night. Just stayed up talking with this douchebag. When I woke up, they were asleep on the couch together. I left without saying a word. I was pissed. We didn't talk for a few days until the official night we broke up. She said she had feelings for this douchebag. I could tell. I didn't cry. I had been so unhappy for so long with her. I wanted to grow and treat myself better. She wanted to keep going down this self-destructive path. Her and her douchebag guy friend can wreck each other's lives together and have health problems surface in a few years. I don't need that. I'm in my early 30s and have no business partying like I'm in my 20s, or in Motley Crue. I needed a change. I now eat healthy, jog, walk, sleep regularly, drink less, spend quality/wholesome time with my friends and family, read, and just enjoy the things I used to do before I had convinced myself that I was in love with the one. I feel balanced and relieved that I'm no longer worrying about someone who refuses to take care of themselves. She's that douchebag's problem now, not mine. My next step is hopefully moving the duck out of Portland. I need to get away from the city. I've had enough toxic relationships here, and I just want to escape the city lifestyle. I'm feeling trapped and could use some fresh air. Glad you were able to break free from her and the addictions. Keep kicking ass. Thank you. It's only just been 2 weeks and day by day gets better and better. It's such a relief to have zero stress anymore. As long as I treat myself good things and people will come around. I know I don't know you, but I'm so proud of you, party face. Nice. Kicking an addiction is hard enough, can't imagine it being easy when you toss in alcohol and coke, a manipulative/abusive/cheating girlfriend. Seriously though, congratulations. My one piece of advice, choose carefully if you move to a rural community. Came from a city myself, and to be fair, I haven't attempted dating in the rural town I have been living in for 4 years, but, well, on the bright side there is a lot more nature and things do certainly seem slower paced with no traffic and being able to get from one side of town to the other in 5 to 10 minutes. But the people tend to be just as, if not more toxic. When addictions take over, it's not about you or anything you did or didn't do. You can't save someone who doesn't want to save themselves. She wasn't the person you fell in love with. This is a stranger. I'm glad you were able to get away, and I hope you're able to stay healthy and move on and find someone who puts as much into your relationship as you do. There are exceptions obviously, but for the most part, you're not meeting a quality woman in a bar. Especially not a woman who is still running the bars in her 30s. My ex-wife is 37 and still bartending. Still partying it up on the weekends and ducking nasty-ass men. It's a flaw in their DNA, they'll never grow up. Stay strong, brother. This resonated with me so much, thank you for sharing your story. No problem. I'm happy to share. Feels good to get that off my chest. If you have a similar experience you'd like to share, feel free to message me. Not all addiction are drug-related, and you seem to be back fine from yours. Congrats. I had to back out before it really became an addiction. I'm so glad you freed yourself from that mess. Continue on your healing and on your recovery, and please do keep us updated, okay? Bless you and bless her also that she will eventually take the same constructive steps you've taken. Pray for you both. Story 2. Discovered wife's infidelity, need help advice. TLDR found evidence of wife's affair, but now paternity of our baby is in question as well. Updated, evidence of paternity question. Me, 33, wife, 33, marriage hasn't been great for a while. Really too many issues to go into, but yesterday I found messages between her and an ex-colleague which made it clear they were sleeping together. I'd had my suspicions before, and 6 months so even raised it with her, and she swore nothing that ever happened. To make it worse, the messages that I found placed a question on the paternity of our daughter. She's 18 months old, and the messages between AP and wife were discussing getting a paternity test for who either was my daughter. I didn't suspect an affair was happening 2 years ago, but clearly if they think daughter might be AP, then it's been going on longer than I realized. Obviously the marriage is now over, but I don't know if they got a test done. So my mind is now only thinking about this. I haven't called my wife out on what I discovered yet. I have screenshots, and I'm almost too scared to. My daughter means the world to me, and the thought I might be losing a wife and a daughter at the same time makes me terrified. My STBXW and I are both English, but have lived in Dubai for the last couple of years. If it wasn't for my daughter, I don't think we would have lasted this long together. The thought of being divorced and then not seeing my daughter every day wasn't something I could contemplate, but now it's 10 times worse. Do I do a test myself first? Do I call STBXW out on the affair first? Do I just ask if they did a test and what were the results? My head is in a spin and I'm completely lost. Would appreciate any advice and support from anyone right now. Update, thank you so much for all the comments everyone. I haven't had a chance yet to read them all, but it seems the overwhelming advice is to do a paternity test myself ASAP. I've ordered one already, so let's see what that says, and that'll help me see clarity with next steps, I think. Thanks to everyone for the amazing support. I don't know any of you, but it feels like I now have people I can talk to, so thank you so much. Also, we flew back to the UK last week to spend Christmas with family. Do I not mention anything till we are back in Dubai? Or do I do it straight away? Deleted my previous reply. You're a resident of Dubai? Get the paternity test done privately in the UK and hold out until you're back in Dubai, then drop the hammer. Dubai divorce court doesn't take too kindly to cheaters, and you will walk away with more than you would doing it in the UK. Yeah, we're both residents of Dubai. Although most our assets are in the UK. Got no clue about how divorce works in any situation, let alone this one. Then that will definitely complicate things. I had a co-worker go through a divorce in Dubai when he found his ex-wife cheating on him. They had most of their assets in Dubai. It was painless for him as he was able to prove the infidelity. She was left with pretty much nothing but enough to buy a plane ticket home. Luckily no children were involved. Best of luck to you. Which is probably why you want to research more before confronting. Especially with questionable paternity. Dude, you are living in goldmine of a country when it comes to this. Get the DNA test and collect all your evidence and walk to HR. They both will be screwed in their career forever. And good chance you will get full custody of kid, based on the DNA test. If I remember correctly, AP will be sent to jail for 3 years in UAE country for infidelity. Damn. Not often do I wish I lived in the UAE, but just the thought of AP in a Middle Eastern jail for 3 years makes my heart sing. Update to discovered wife's infidelity, need help. Evidence of paternity question update. Sorry, I've never actively used Reddit much, so not sure how best to do updates. First post, discovering affair and paternity question mark. I've ordered a home paternity kit. I'm terrified of what the result is going to be, but know I need to have certainty on my daughter's paternity before I do anything else. I'm also going half mad. I've read the screenshots of the texts over and over, thinking, is there a way that I'm misinterpreting what my wife and her AP are saying to each other? I can now see how talented she's been at manipulation, lying and gaslighting over at least the last 2 years, so I have no doubt when I call her out she'll come up with some sort of alternative reality and make me think I'm mad for jumping to the conclusion I have. But every time I read the conversation it seems 100% slam dunk to me. Here is the key extract. AP, I wanted to know how you felt about having a test on daughter's name. Wife, a paternity test you mean? AP, yes, haha. Wife, haha, just checking. Wife, I think it's a very good idea. Wife, I've wanted to ask you quite a few times but didn't know how you'd feel about it. It's completely clear, right? Is this enough for me to have jumped to the conclusion I have? Need your support to make sure I'm not going mad while I'm on my own with this. I'm surrounded by family, and her still, but I haven't said anything and have tried to have a nice time, but one part of my just wants to get my phone out and show everyone the screenshot to make sure I'm not going mad. Thanks to everyone for their support. She's clearly asking a man, not you, to take a paternity test regarding you and your wife's child. Emo, it doesn't really get any clearer than that. Sorry buddy. You're not crazy, get the test done. Been in your shoes, the test results didn't come back in my favor. Sorry to hear you've gone through something similar. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. Please take a screenshot of the conversation. This could be very well a valid proof when it comes to paternity fraud. Your wife is such a disgusting human being. Yep, I've got a screenshot already. If I didn't, I'd be doubting myself so much right now and questioning if it was a bad dream. I know this is hard, but do you have any close friends or family you can confide this? Keeping everything to yourself is not good for your health and will lead to drastic decisions. Forget about confronting the wife and AP for now. It's time to be smart. Gather all the evidence, do a paternity test and then later meet up with the lawyer. After doing all the mentioned steps, if you want some kind of a satisfaction, ask all of your family members to come home for dinner and tell them you have a surprise for them. Show the screenshots in a projector and present the wife the divorce papers as a gift. I agree. Think about it less as having allies in anticipating of things getting worse, but having a support group because you need emotional and psychological support that you are not getting at the moment from your wife. When you find out the results, make sure you listen to the solicitor's/lawyer's advice on the next steps to take. If I were you, I would put her on blast on social media to prevent her from spinning the narrative. Good luck, man. Story 3. Cheating on me was a huge mistake. So slow at my job. So bored I started thinking about my exes. Thought about this ex and how she told me about her grandmother passing away. Then realized how huge of a mistake it was cheating on me. Before I explain why, this is our history together. We dated for months. Relationship was great. I was able to help her with the depression. She had toxic parents. I wanted to take her out of that home and have her move in with me, but it was going to take a while. But before I did, she cheated on me. I found out she was flirting with 2 guys. Broke up with her and didn't talk to her for months. We finally see each other and she begged me for another chance. I knew she was going to cheat again but gave it another chance, hoping a little it would work out. It didn't. She ignored me for a week. This is important later. Knew she was cheating, so I ended it again. If she didn't cheat on me, I would have had her move out of her parents' home. Could have continued to help her with her depression. This why it was a mistake. 2 years later she ended up moving into her grandmother home. Her grandmother needed a caretaker. Someone to give her the pills she needs. She failed to do that. She kept forgetting to give her the pills. Her grandmother ended up dying because of this. Feels weird having this thought. If she didn't cheat on me, I would have had her move in with me. Instead of moving in with her grandmother, her cheating on me kinda killed her grandmother. She told me last year about this. We haven't talked in 3 to 4 years. Surprised this happened. She feels awful. Blames herself for having her grandmother passing away. Feeling bad for her. I gave her another chance. Her parents were still a little toxic to her, and still had some depression. I would have her move in with me, but if she is loyal this time, and helped her with her depression too. Of course she wasn't loyal, she ignored me for a week. Sounds familiar? She hasn't changed. Broke up with her. Months later she tells me she's more depressed. Her dog died. Her dog had cancer. She didn't have the money to help the dog. Don't know if they put dog down or the cancer killed it. Might be wrong, but maybe I could have helped her dog. I had the money. So her cheating on me again sorta killed her dog. She tried to get back together with me a few weeks later after this. Why would I do that? Lol, she hasn't changed. Also wonder who would die if I get cheated on again. So nope. Edit, just to clarify, I'm never getting back together with her. The last 3 sentences should have made that obvious. You ever heard the saying fool me once? Hope you learned your lesson, bro. That was painful to read. Smiley face, embarrassed smiley face. Am I the only one who thinks this is ducked up? No. I do as well. I have seen some strange things here on Reddit, but nothing quite as strange as this one. I knew she was going to cheat again but gave it another chance. I knew this guy was going to stab me with the knife he held in his hand, but I decided not to run away. LOL, exactly. At this stage, she already knows his codependency will never allow him to stay away for too long. So, when do you plan to take her back? Lol, he's the goddamn Grim Reaper. It's a pattern. Every time he takes her back, someone close to her dies. Also wonder who would die if I get cheated on again. Smiley face, perfect reason for ending a relationship. You should have told her this before breaking up with her. Your name is Captain Severho. Had I been drinking coffee, it would have been all over me. FFS. Sounds like a good guy. Find yourself a good girl with as little red flags as possible. Be happy. Captain? I think he's been promoted to Major Severho. We hope that by sharing these stories with interested folks like you, we can help people recognize the signs of a relationship in trouble, and avoid so many of these heartbreaking situations yourselves. Have a good day or night, wherever you are.